What's up, everybody? Ben Razzie here for Odd Chopper, and it is time. We are back. College football, not just college football, though. College football parlay in the house. We have some games. We're going to put them together, try to cash a big money ticket. We're going to talk about what's going on as well across the slate, everything else, answer some questions, do what we need to do, put us in position to give us a real good sweat. If you're joining us, I do this every week. Welcome to Odd Chopper, though. If you're a new first-time viewer, long-time listener, I don't know what they say, but hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, be part of this community. We're gonna be 100,000 strong. Now let's get this right out of the way. When you bet parlays, whether you miss one leg or three legs, it all counts the same. But I honestly might have to make an exception for what transpired on this video last week. You couldn't have been further away from hitting the parlay. We were, or I was in the wrong stratosphere. But you know what? I'd rather lose like that, to be honest, than burning the edges like we did 2 weeks ago. We did cash this 3 weeks ago, and that's what we need to get back to. And we're going to do it right now. Let's get into these plays. First one up, little noon appetizer. Rutgers. They are our foundation piece. They got to win, set the stage for the next two. It's going to be nasty. It's 39.5 point total. It's supposed to rain. Could be real ugly, but Michigan State is ugly. They have awful offense. They don't know what they're doing. They're outside the top 100. 16 points versus Iowa, 9 points versus Maryland, 7 points versus Washington. They're banged up on defense. They have nothing going on. They have no quarterback that can really do much of anything. And they're playing, I'm not going to, people throw the word around elite all the time. Rutgers defense is really good. You want to call them elite? I wouldn't push back, but they know what they're doing. I think they have the advantage everywhere. So then it's about what can Rutgers do with Winsat and this offense. He hasn't been bad. He threw a costly pick six against Wisconsin, but they've lost to Michigan and Wisconsin, teams that are just a different tier of caliber. This is a methodical offense, not a high tempo offense, but they're efficient, top 50 in pass blocking and run blocking. I think they just kind of grind it out. This to me screams, 24-7, 23-10 type game. Like, it's going to be ugly. Rutgers, though, I think wants to play ugly. Lean on that defense. Don't turn the ball over. Let Winsat make plays when they're there. I don't know what Michigan State's going to do. I do not see them having any success offensively. I'm getting things started with Rutgers. It's at 4.5 right here. That's good enough for me. Put the Scarlet Knights on the board. First bet of this parlay is locked in. Now, when you're betting parlays, we got to find a couple more. We're going to do that. But I do want to mention, if someone was giving me bonus bets or money to bet these parlays, that would be ideal. If anyone wants to do that, go ahead, donate to the Human Fund over here. But there are 6 states that are giving you money, and I'm going to list them now. So listen up. If you're not in the state, you can fast forward. But New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, Colorado, Iowa, and welcome to the club, Kentucky. If I just named your state, money is coming to you, courtesy of Bet365. Bet 5, get 150 in bonus bets. Best of the industry right now. Super simple. The link is below. If you're in one of those 6 states, all you have to do, you sign up, you deposit 10, bet 5 on anything. Bet it on the parlay. Who cares? If you win that, even better. But if you lose or win or draw, it doesn't matter. 150 in bonus bets coming your way. It is that simple. It's a great deal, and you can use that money to really bolster the bankroll. Got to be 21 plus. Only 18 in Kentucky. Please play responsibly. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, one on the board. Rutgers is on the board. You're going to have a little break. You can bet some other games. Again, we'll talk about our Discord. We'll get you some other teams, no problem. But now we've got to find the second game. I believe it's late in the day. If it's not, I'm going to have to scroll all the way back. It is, because it's Marshall and Georgia State. Yes, I know this is on everybody's list. I know this is the can't miss event of the season, but I go where the money is. And to me, the money is on the Georgia State side in this matchup. Buckle up, because everything I said about what we could see with Michigan State and Rutgers is the opposite here. This could get a little dangerous because Marshall, they play crazy games. They just lost 48-41 last week to NC State. They're also running super well with quarterbacks. They play a backup quarterback every single week. You can look at their box scores. They've had all sorts of guys or weak quarterback matchups in this season so far. They have not seen a quarterback like Georgia State's, who's really good. Big fan of his. Their coverage numbers do look good. They look strong. They might have a great defense, or they're playing, Virginia Tech, Albany, Old Dominion types. I tend to think that some of it stylistically has really fallen their way. Darren Granger is a player. This guy is good. 7 touchdowns, 2 picks on the year. He's really, really explosive. Georgia State knows what they're doing. The big question here is Georgia State's defense is kind of an enigma. They rebuilt it completely from scratch. It's held up at times. I think the secondary is probably the biggest problem. But as I've said often, of course, styles make fights. Is Marshall's passing attack the team that can exploit that? I'm not really sure that they are. And other than that, I think Georgia State has all the advantages. They're at home. It's a 1 point spread. I certainly trust Granger over Marshall's quarterback. Fancher is not someone that I think is really built to really get up and down here. Maybe Marshall controls on the ground. Maybe Georgia State is not able to slow them or have no success through the air. I think both of those are pretty unlikely, to be honest. So I'm going to take Georgia State here -1 as the second leg of this parlay. We're going to pair them with Rutgers, put 2 on the board, and then we'll set the stage for the night sweat to see what we can do. Before I give you that last pick, I also want to mention, I was just alluding, if you want more picks, if you want to sweat this out, have some fun, join the community. Oddchopper Discord would love to have you. Me, a lot of the faces that you see here, we're in there. We're dropping plays, talking strategy, having fun, doing giveaways. Of course, sweating the games. Do we win all the time? No, definitely not. But it's a good group, a sharp group, one I really believe in. We want you there. It's just really fun, if nothing else, and it's a great community. If you're looking for extra picks, really, really good stuff in there. I really believe in what we're doing. We'd love to have you in. Save some money when you do it. The link is below. Now, here we go. My favorite bet of the day. Not gonna lie, this is one. If I was just betting one, it would be this one. I don't get this line. Someone in the comments can explain to me, or you can tweet me at JazzRazDFS. What am I missing? Because this team is kind of my wagon team of the year. Besides the Oregon generational wealth spot against Colorado, I think my second favorite bet of the year was Oregon State against Utah. And it was basically this exact situation. Oregon State at home against a team that I'm not sure how good they are. UCLA, quality team, sure. Just beat Washington State. Impressive. That was in their building. Now they got to go to Corvallis. Nobody can win up there. It's I'm not going to say impossible, but it's certainly not easy. This UCLA team did lose to Utah, so there's all these teams are going to beat up on each other. Dante Moore is going to be really good. There's no doubt about it. He also makes some freshman mistakes at times. There's no doubt about that either. This is not really about UCLA, though. I think they're a fine team. This is about Oregon State. Oregon State, one, is untouchable at home. There might be, I think, the biggest home field advantage in terms of differences, how a team plays at home versus the road. They cannot be beat up there. It's impossible almost. DJ Uiagalelei has been awesome this year. He's taking care of the ball, 13 touchdowns, 4 picks. And this is a battle of tempo. We know that UCLA wants to play that speed, Chip Kelly style. Oregon State wants to play very methodical, slow the ball, lean on the run game, don't do anything stupid. They're hyper efficient, though. I think they control the tempo. I think they make them play at their style. Their only loss this year was against Washington State on the road. That's a very, very tough place to play. I think Oregon State has the massive advantages in this game. 3.5 is a gift. Now, what are the concerns? Because let's talk about the concerns. It's not going to be just easy everywhere. Oregon State cannot rush the passer, and their secondary is weak. They do not have a solidified secondary at this point. That can be a recipe for problems. That's why I think we need the tempo to go our way. We think the running game can go our way. UCLA might have some success through the air. There could be chunk plays. If you limit those, though, even with the lack of pass rush, they'll be able to mitigate that. 3.5 in Corvallis. I love it. Oregon State, man. I am just all about this team. I will continue to buy them, particularly at home. And if they get there, if we can get to this game, I feel very confident that we're going to cash the college football parlay this week. There you have it. Let's do a little recap. See what we got. See what we've done. What have we done? All right. Rutgers, Georgia State, Oregon State. Boom. Little nearly 6-1 action. Put that in. Put it on the books. Pretty damn nice if we can cash it. Again, it only takes a couple. We only need to cash a couple of these this year to be profitable. We got one in the books. Let's try to make it 2. Let's try to put another one on the board this week with these 3 teams. It'll be fun. Appreciate it. Any questions? Just let me know. Again, JazzRazDFS, and hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe. We want you as part of this community. We're doing a lot of fun things here at Oddchopper, but it's not possible without you guys. So I appreciate you tuning in, having some fun, and hopefully sweating this bet out with me. For Rutgers, for Georgia State and Oregon State, good luck. Enjoy all the Saturday games. I'll see you next week.